In May 2025, one of YouTube's most beloved creators shattered millions of hearts with a single video titled Goodbye. Luke Nichols, the wilderness dad behind Outdoor Boys, walked away from a channel worth millions just as it hit its peak. With over 15 million subscribers hanging on his every word, he vanished from the platform that made him famous. But this wasn't your typical YouTuber burnout story. Behind the scenes, something much darker was brewing. The man who taught families to survive in the wilderness was fighting his own battle for survival against the very fame that built his empire. Luke Nichols didn't start as your typical YouTube star. This guy was a criminal defense attorney in Virginia, spending his days in courtrooms instead of campsites. But everything changed when he picked up a camera in 2013. His first channel, Catfish and Carp, was just a hobby, weekend fishing trips that barely registered on YouTube's radar. Then came 2015 and the birth of Outdoor Boys. What started as simple family camping videos slowly transformed into something extraordinary. By 2020, Luke had traded his law practice for full-time content creation. His channel showcased everything from extreme winter survival to building underground shelters with his 3 sons. But here's where things get insane. In just the last 18 months before his departure, Outdoor Boys exploded beyond anyone's wildest expectations. The channel gained 12 million new subscribers, skyrocketing from modest success to absolute viral domination. Videos were pulling in tens of millions of views, and Luke's content was being stolen and reposted across every platform imaginable. Between YouTube's 2.8 billion views and unauthorized reposts, his family had been watched over 4 billion times. That level of exposure comes with a price most people can't even imagine. What viewers saw on camera was the perfect outdoor family, father and sons conquering the wilderness together. What they didn't see was Luke editing videos until 3 a.m., packing gear while battling pneumonia, and rebuilding their homestead with a busted shoulder. The guy was pushing himself to the absolute limit, but the physical exhaustion was nothing compared to what was happening outside their front door. Fame had turned Luke's life into a fishbowl. Fans were tracking down his location, showing up at grocery stores, and constantly approaching his family in public. Picture trying to grab milk with your kids while strangers film you for TikToks. The volume of people trying to contact him became suffocating. Messages, emails, and fans literally hunting him down in real life. Luke described it as overwhelming, but that's putting it mildly. His wife Rebecca started having serious concerns about their children's safety and privacy. These weren't just random worries. They were watching their 3 young boys lose their anonymity in real time. Every family outing became a potential content opportunity for strangers. The family that built their brand on wholesome outdoor adventures was trapped in their own success, unable to live the normal life they were trying to teach others to appreciate. On May 17, 2025, Luke dropped the video that broke the internet. Sitting on a log with snow-covered mountains behind him, he delivered 4 minutes that would devastate millions of fans. "This is going to be my last video for a while," he said, his voice calm but final. The goodbye video hit like a sledgehammer. No warning, no gradual fade-out, just a hard stop that left subscribers reeling. But here's where things got ugly fast. Instead of supporting Luke's decision, certain corners of the internet went completely unhinged. Far-right provocateur Nick Fuentes immediately blamed Rebecca, tweeting that his wife made him do it. Other trolls piled on, suggesting Luke was controlled and had been domesticated by marriage. The comments were so toxic that Luke had disabled them entirely on the goodbye video, a clear signal this wasn't up for debate. The wife blaming reached ridiculous levels, with keyboard warriors who'd never built a campfire criticizing a man for choosing his family over YouTube fame. One user perfectly captured the absurdity. "You used his freedom to escape your own cage. Now that he chose his family, you resort to attacking them." The harassment Rebecca faced proved exactly why Luke needed to step away. Luke's decision wasn't about money or burnout, it was about survival. In his goodbye video, he made one thing crystal clear: this was a joint decision with Rebecca. They both recognized that continued growth at this pace would destroy any chance of their kids having normal childhoods. "The time to stop," Luke explained, "was before the problem became so out of hand that my family and I can't live normal lives." The numbers were staggering, but they told a terrifying story. 12 million new followers in 18 months meant Luke's family was being watched by more people than live in most countries. Every camping trip, every family moment, every mistake was being scrutinized by millions. His sons couldn't go to school without classmates knowing their dad's business. Rebecca couldn't run errands without being recognized and approached. But this isn't necessarily goodbye forever. Luke revealed he has a stockpile of half-finished projects, homestead builds, travel adventures, and extreme camping content that took 6 months to plan. If he decides to complete them, everything will drop in one massive upload at the end of 2025. He's also shifting focus to mentoring his eldest son Tommy, whose Outdoor Tom channel already has over 800,000 subscribers. The next generation of Nichols adventurers is ready to take the torch. Before Luke's official goodbye, something even more disturbing was brewing online. In early 2025, death rumors about Luke started circulating across social media platforms. Fans were genuinely panicking, convinced something terrible had happened to their beloved outdoorsman. The rumors got so intense that major entertainment outlets had to debunk them, confirming Luke was alive and well. The hysteria started when Luke posted a video about snow machining 120 miles to a remote, off-grid homestead. He mentioned they might not make it out, since their only exit strategy was a bush plane that might not come. When Luke didn't post for a while after that adventure, conspiracy theories exploded. Fans were scouring his social media for signs of life, analyzing his wife's Instagram posts for clues, and spreading increasingly wild theories about what happened. This wasn't just casual concern. People were genuinely mourning someone who was very much alive. The intensity of fan devotion had reached a level where a brief content gap triggered mass grief. Luke later addressed these rumors, but the damage was done. The incident highlighted just how parasocial the relationship between Luke and his audience had become. Millions of people felt personally connected to a man they'd never met, and his temporary absence felt like losing a family member. Luke's exit doesn't mean the end of the Nichols family legacy on YouTube. His eldest son Tommy has already launched Outdoor Tom, and the kid's crushing it with over 800,000 subscribers despite being barely into his teens. Luke's plan is to step back from the spotlight while mentoring Tommy behind the scenes, teaching him the skills he'll need as an adult, both in content creation and in life. The transition makes sense when you consider Luke's priorities. He's got less than 6 years before Tommy turns 18, and instead of chasing another 10 million subscribers, Luke wants to focus on raising his sons properly. He's also planning to help other people, though he's been vague about what that looks like. Some speculate he might return to law, others think he'll mentor upcoming outdoor content creators. The Outdoor Boys channel isn't disappearing, all existing content stays up, and there's still that potential video dump coming at year's end. Luke's also hinted that he might appear occasionally on Tommy's channel, so fans haven't seen the last of him completely. But the weekly uploads, the constant content grind, and the pressure to always have the next big adventure, that chapter of Luke's life is officially closed. Luke Nichols did something almost unheard of in the creator economy. He walked away at the peak. While other YouTubers chase subscriber counts until they burn out completely, Luke recognized the warning signs and chose his family over fame. He left millions in potential revenue on the table, turned down countless sponsorship deals, and stepped back from a platform that could have made him generationally wealthy. The backlash he faced for this decision proves exactly why he needed to leave. The internet's reaction to a man prioritizing his children's well-being over content creation revealed the toxic expectations placed on online personalities. Luke became a symbol of what's possible when someone refuses to sacrifice their values for views. In an era of manufactured drama and artificial controversy, Outdoor Boys represented something genuine, a dad teaching his kids to appreciate nature while building memories that would last a lifetime. Luke's legacy isn't just the 1,000-plus videos he created or the millions of people he inspired to go camping. It's showing that sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is say no to success when it threatens what matters most. The Outdoor Boys might be signing off, but Luke Nichols is just getting started on the adventure that matters most, being a father.